This video, I'm going to talk about setting up the NX7e Plus and making changes to the expo settings. Now, I'm going to be using the Timber X, and I'm going to start with a new model here. So we're going to do a bind and fly. We're going to do a E-flight. And I'm looking for the Timber X. So I'm just going to scroll down, and you notice there's a lot of Timber X's in here, but this is the one I want. And we're going to import it. And then we are going to select it. So now if I go and choose, I'm going to select the last one because this is going to be the one that I just added. And if we take a venture here and look in the settings for the rates in Expo, you can see that number one, my switch C is where my Expo and rates are. And also notice that the 0 position has a setting of 100%, and the 1 position has a setting of 70%, and 1 and 2 are not changing. And so what I'm going to do in this video is show you how we go about changing. I'm in this Expo and rates screen. I want to move it to a different switch, and I want 3 position changes instead of 2 like I have now. See, again, I only have 2 positions that actually change. The 3rd position does not change. So let's customize this. First thing I want to do is we're in aileron. You're going to do the same thing for the rudder and for the elevator, but in my case, I'm not going to do all of those. I'm just going to show you how to do the aileron. The very first thing you need to do is scroll down to switch and click it. And if you know what the switch is that you want, then you can scroll till you see it, because you notice it'll go through the switches. Or you can just simply click the switch, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click the switch. So yes, it's switch G. Now I've changed it over to switch G, but notice it still only has 2 positions that actually change the setting. So how do we get that 3rd position to change the setting? This is how we do it. First, you put the switch in position 0. Then we go down and we make sure that the 0 is black. Then we move the position, the switch to position 1. But also notice down here, we have 1 and 2 black. So we want to go, and 1 is good. 2, we want to select it. Notice it's going to turn it gray or hashtag it out or hash it out, and that's fine, because now we're going to go to position 2, and when we go to position 2, notice the little dot moved over, but the black part did not. So we're going to hashtag the black part by just selecting it, and then we're going to go to 2 and select that to make it black. And we need to go up to where it says curve, and we need to change that curve to a 2. So now we have position 2, curve 2. The 2 is down here where the dot is, but we need to make that 2 black. Now put it back to position 0. There. Position 0 is black down here, and we have our curve as position 0. Move the switch to position 1. We have position 1. We have curve 1, and we need to blacken the 1. And we just move it over and blacken it. And now we go back to position 2, curve 2, and we have 2 is black. The other switches are white. So now I have position 0, curve 0, and 0 is black. Whatever is black is going to be selected. And if I move the switch to 1, position 1, which is the center, curve 1, and the switch is 1 is darkened or has the black background, and 2, position 2, curve 2, and switch 2 is selected. So now I have a 3-position switch, and I can just simply go up and make my changes to my settings. I like 100. We're going to change this to 80. We'll make this 80. Okay. And then we will change this to 20, just for the sake of changing. And then we will go all the way up, and we will make this one, we will put this at 70. So we will go to 70. Expo at 20. Now I have my 100%, my 80%, and my 70%. And again, this goes back to the Timber X, and that's how you go about changing the switch location and the expo, and converting back from a 2-position operation to a 3-position using a 3-position switch. I would also like to include the information about the little boxes, where you had the white box, the black box, or the hashed out box. If the boxes are hashed or have little lines in them, that means they have not been assigned yet. If the boxes are white, that means they're inactive. The black box means that switch position is the one that's active. If you have 2 black boxes, that means that switch is going to do the same thing as long as you have the boxes black. Hope you found this video helpful. I know it took me a while to figure this out, but once I figured it out, it was actually pretty easy. To set up the others, you just go back, change to the elevator or to the rudder, and do exactly the same thing, and you should be good to go. Hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below or send me an email. I'll be glad to answer them as best I can. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the hobby.